Hello guys, welcome back again. This part we continue with what we started in terms of like learning our C# keywords. This video we will look at the daytime and the time span. We will go inside the code in a bit. Obviously we have a date time, which is DT, and then the time span, which we will explain, which is TP. Okay, so the date time represents the date and the time elements of just normal daytime structure, and the time span obviously is the difference between two dates, or it's a range, is an interval of date and time. So we will also look into that, obviously. And C# also offer a default value for the date and time. So we will look at, obviously we look at that, the default value for date and time. So you have a default date time, or you can pull a DT. But in whatever ways, we will just put our daytime straight away like this. So to prevent the console from escaping, we write a console.readline, so we can run it to see what we get out of it. So we will actually get the default value of the date and time in C#. So as you can see, is 1st of January 0001, 12 o'clock AM. So obviously the time is a Gregorian time, is some historian stuff, AD. So we're not going to look into that too much, obviously. So we just close it. And then there was some few stuff that we have to look. So since we've seen the default value of our date and time, we will try to initialize our date and time value. So we call it our new date and time. So as you can see on the screen, our date and time is high, and the new instance has an overload. First of all, is we can pass in the year, the month, and the day, and all that usual stuff. Or you can use the struct provided inside. So obviously we can pass in our default, or we can initialize it with the current date and time. So we can also do something like this, date time. So .utc now. So this will actually print out our current date and time. So obviously we run it to see. So as you can see, this is the current time as seen when I'm doing the video. So obviously you can see the current date and time. So once we can get the value of our current date and time, we can go ahead and do some add something else. First of all, our DT will be our daytime 1, and then we have another one. Daytime, which is a DT2, which we will initialize it later. So here we just put our DT1 to resolve the error. So here we get our DT1 here, and then we can go inside here. So as you can see, we can get a lot of elements from within our daytime. So we can add days, hours, milliseconds, and ticks. Ticks is like 1/100th of a nanosecond. So this is where the whole thing began. So obviously we're not looking too much into this, but this to show we can add day. So we can say 2 days. So this will print out 2 days from where the video was made. So this is we just run it to see. So as you can see, 2 days has been added to the current date, which is the way it's supposed to do. So from now, this is what we do next. We add a new datetime.utc now. In this case, the second one, we say add days. So we add 2 days, right? So right now, the time span is a difference between 2 date times. So we can say our TP will be equal to DT2 minus DT1. So as you can see, we have our time span. So once we come inside our console.writeLine, we can say our TP, then we can get the day element of it. So in this case, we added 2 days. So we can say total days, right? And then we print out to see what will come out of it. So as you can see, we've got 2 days printed out. So the total days returned a double, but it's just a time span element right here, which is the difference between 2 date times. So we can also say one sec. We can also say total hours, and we see what will come out of it. So as you can see, we've got 48 hours. So it's converted the 2 days into hours. So this is how it also automatically convert it to whatever you want. We can even convert it to milliseconds by just doing it our time span dot total milliseconds, right? So we can even get the millisecond element of our time span. So as you can see, this is how mostly the datetime and the time span relates to each other. And then once we have our datetime, we will also look at I'll just remove this. We just use one of our daytimes. I'll show you some the datetime dot to string. So the first one is our DT1 or DT2, whatever, dot to string, right? So the to string, we can pass in, this is a provided the inbuilt types that will return, or that will actually format it. So this current datetime can also be converted to this type of string. So if I put a capital F, I'll get the full date time long. So as I'm here, I'll just run it. So as you can see, today plus 2 days time, that will be on Sunday. Wow. And that will be on the obviously 20th of May. I don't really want to get into days because someone will be watching in years to come. So this is what we can do with it. And one more thing, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will continue with the next bit of our keywords. We will go ahead and look into a whole lot of stuff. So the daytime one, once you initialize it, you can get a whole lot of things, right? And we can even get a day element. Obviously, I'll do another video on extension method, so we will use that. We'll build on this knowledge in terms of building extension daytime methods, in terms of representing the current date format and whatnot. So thanks a lot for your time, and catch up later. Bye bye.